and today it is my pleasure to introduce our session, The Journey, by our very own Mimi. Mimi is an accomplished business leader and devoted family woman, whether it is her own family or here with us, her extended family. She leads by example in all things with love. Mimi, you are an inspiration to me, and I'm sure this is true for many of us here, whether present right now or present in the replay. I hand it over to you. We are all yours.
Thank you very much for your kind words. My extended family love you so much, and I'm really happy to be here. Miss you guys so much. You have no idea. I miss you really, really, really a lot. Well, over the past few months, I've been working on myself as usual, and I've been thinking about the journey, and how most of us have some beliefs that make us very, very good workers and very bad enjoyers, right? So today we are going to talk about the journey. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to explain what we are going to do. Okay. Can you see my screen? Sorry, I lost you. Perfect. Thank you. So in today's session, we will talk a little bit about the journey, where we are in this journey in life. How do we see, or what happened with us when we go through the journey? We will do an exercise, and then we will do a present moment activation practice, finalizing with a meditation. And then we will have a little bit of time for sharing. So there's a quiet belief in many of us that says, I will enjoy my life when I reach the goal of having my degree, when I have enough money to buy a house, when I have a partner, when I belong to some circle. And all has to do with the way we were raised, in which success, validation, security, approval, and belonging are always present, right? So in life, most of us learn to wait. I will enjoy when I finish my work, or this checklist, or I get approval from my parents or from my co-workers or from my friends. When I lose weight, which is something that I most of the time struggle with, or when I have enough money. And then enjoyment comes after something, a condition. And then we learn that joy comes after struggle, that praise comes after performance, that rest will come after exhaustion. And safety comes after we prove ourselves. And hard work is always success, which is not necessarily true. We learn that happiness and peace is something that we qualify for. But there is a deeper truth. The enjoyment is something that you can do now, because only now is what happens. Life is not a waiting room. You cannot wait until you finish a project, until your finances stabilize, until your children are growing up, or until your parents approve. And yet, how many moments we postpone? How many sunsets we have watched while thinking about the next milestone? How many victories we have minimized because there's still more to do. How many things we have stopped enjoying, like having 5 minutes to take a break or feel the peace around us or just relax in our bed or go visit our family, take a day off because we are waiting for the next day. So as I said, excellent builders, but poor enjoyers. No? We build with our work, we get money, we have our house, and we work in so many directions, and at the end, we get lost. Unfortunately, there is no end. So there's only the now. And we don't know how to enjoy the past. And I always say, if we were kids, we will enjoy watching music, taking a candy, seeing our friends, reading a book, no? Going to bed with your dad or your mom when they are reading to you, or even because the days of enjoying the piece of finally I finished with everything I had to do, I'm enjoying. But we don't enjoy our life. So the intention of this session is to do an exercise of understanding. No? But it is important to mention this exercise is not about abandoning ambition, is not about lowering our standards, is not about becoming passive. It is about becoming live during the climb. It is about rewriting the belief that we must suffer first and live later. It has happened to me very often. And I'm going to take me as an example through some things because I made so many mistakes in my life and I'm trying to correct them right now. So we need to understand that we are not behind. We are not unfinished. We shouldn't be waiting to enjoy life. No? And one important thing for me is the realization that becoming is not something that happens after success. It is happening right now when we breathe, in this decision, in this moment when I choose not to wait anymore. So, before we start this exercise, I would like you to think and allow yourself one honest question. If you stop postpone your life, what would you change today? Now we will begin the exercise. The step one will be to identify your waiting story. The second step will be to give examples of the waiting trap. So you have something to write on. Sorry, I forgot to mention. And the third step will be to write the story. So the first thing I want you to do is to write down 3 sentences that you have told yourself. I'll feel confident when I know how to speak properly in public, for example. No? I'll relax when I pay my mortgage. I'll enjoy my life once my health improves. I'll be happy when I make more money. I'll travel when my business is stable. I feel worthy when my parents approve. I'll rest once I prove myself. You have a few minutes to do so. Then choose one of the three sentences, the one that you feel you have to work most on, and now ask, who taught me this? It could be, maybe, that you were lacking of money when you grow up, like myself. Strict parents who equated love with achievement, which is something I did to myself or to my kids. A culture of sacrifice. I'm not important. The rest is important. I have to take care of my family first. A survival mode. I don't feel enough. I don't have enough. If I spend, I won't have for, no? Or I believe that joy must be earned. I have money, but I cannot spend it in holidays because I don't have enough for this to cover that. Or I need to work really, really, really hard to be successful. Or the only way I can lose weight is exercising every single day of my life. Or if I don't study and I don't get my degree, I won't be enough, for example. As a child, I grew up hearing, we can afford that. Work hard first, enjoy it later, for example. As an adult, I made money and still failed to save and still postponed joy. My bank account changed, but my neighbor's system did not. Another example for me is that I raise my kids with only A's are acceptable. Stop crying. You must be the best. And now they are achieving success, but never feel enough. And I can see that. And they are waiting for external validation. And that's something that I'm working on to correct. They don't celebrate milestones. And it's sad. Another example, as entrepreneur or businesswoman, I always left the joy until the end. No? Even if I was doing well, I was always like, when I close this deal, I can feel happiness. Or when I scale to X 3 times the revenue, I will feel secure. Or when I finish to pay the university of my kids, I'll be happy. But never enjoy the path. Now I realize life keeps moving and joy was remaining postponed. And I changed that. So where are you on your belief system? If you now have the answer of who taught you this, let's try to rewrite the story. what we said to ourselves, it has a really huge impact on how we take things. So think about replacing some of the phrases you normally use. For example, instead of saying I enjoy my success when I arrive to this point, you can say I choose to enjoy what I build. So celebrate all the small milestones that you are achieving. For example, if you're like me, like I normally wake up really early, and I feel like I have to I can rest until I finish everything I have to do first, which happened a lot, and then my health was suffering. I changed the I'll rest when I deserve it to rest makes me stronger, so I don't feel guilty, and I can enjoy to spend a little bit more time in my bed. Or thinking about success. I always thought that success will make me feel whole. But the truth is, wholeness creates success. If you feel whole, you're already successful. You can enjoy to be yourself. And building yourself and becoming the best version of yourself and enjoying the path, I think is the best way, celebrating the now and where you are without thinking about tomorrow. Because tomorrow always happens, but the now is the important part. There's another thing that I want to touch, which is rewrite the story when you are sick, because it has happened to me a lot, and sick is overwhelming, and we always project into the future when we are sick. So what's going to happen if? I had a scary situation in the past when I thought I was going to die and nothing happened, but I was thinking about the future, and I was thinking about my daughters, about my family, about how all the responsibilities I have, if I'm not there, will impact their life. And I was really scared. And then I decided to stay in 1 minute at a time. And I decided to shift from I'm broken to my body is experiencing something. And I felt that my dignity was preserved, was my identity was protected, and my fear was reduced. And instead of pushing myself to feel better and say, I need to feel better, I started to say to myself, for the next 60 seconds, can I soften? Because I was in pain. And that helped a lot for me to overcome the sickness and the fear. And for some reason, even when I was still sick, I wasn't thinking about the sickness. I was more enjoying the present, no? And then thinking about my daughters, instead of thinking about what's going to happen in the future with them, I was being present as much as I could because I didn't know what was going to happen. And that shift even the result, no? Because I could enjoy, and I rewrote my story. Fortunately, for me, it was not a bad, but it was a sickness that was like a short period of time in really bad, and then everything happened. But rewriting my story helped me a lot in terms of being present and really care of the things that I love, which is my family, and enjoy life. You have 2 minutes to rewrite your story. Now it's time to keep that in mind because we will use it for the meditation. In the meantime, we will do a present moment activation practice, which is something I do every day. I ask myself, what is already working in order for me to enjoy life? What version of me is emerging? What will the future successful me enjoy right now? And then I do one small action. For example, I enjoy coffee. I cannot function without a cup of coffee in the morning. Exactly, Marilyn, like that. I was like, that nice, that looks tasty. So I drink my coffee slowly to enjoy it. 1 minute won't change the the rush of my day at work. So I will enjoy my coffee as if it was the last minute of my life, slowly. Then most of the time I have my phone next to me all the time because it has my personal number, my work number, the net key to my bank accounts. It's like a thing that I always travel with. And at certain point of my day, I just put my phone aside and go to take a walk. 10 minutes walk, 15 minutes walk. Because for me, it's like I'm disconnecting from the technology and nothing bad is going to happen in 15 or 10 minutes. So that's like to be more present and to activate myself rather than to be to wait for something to cut my attention. I celebrate tiny wins. If I have an adolescent kid, and they are moody, the ones that are parents know adolescents can be moody. And if he says, "Good morning, mom," or speaks to me in the morning really nicely, like she's not moody because she had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to school, for me, it's like a tiny win. No? Oh, I, I started my day really nice with my daughter. Or if someone at work says, "Oh, I got this purchase order," no matter if it's $1 or $100,000 or it doesn't matter the amount. It's a purchase order from a customer. We celebrate that, and we actually have a little bell to ring it when somebody sells something in order to for all to celebrate this time. Did win? No, doesn't matter if it's big or tiny. Another thing that I try to do often is to say someone that I really appreciate them. So I take the time now to tell you, I really appreciate you. I love you, my extended family. Thank you for being here. Um, Also, I think of one thing that helps me on the present moment is to visualize for a few minutes something that I really want and feel like if I already have it. No? And it could be like not necessarily material. No? It could be like an achievement. No, what if this month I finalize the certification for my work with a golden uh, qualification, and then I feel it, and then my mood is I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, and then I can work better on that. Or when I was single, I was visualizing a partner that was that had like a list of qualities. And I was feeling like really, really happy as if I had it, and then I have it. So I'm really happy for that. Or now, like I know I don't need anyone to be happy, but and I feel happy even without the person, but I'm happier with the person. But I also visualize myself calm. And sometimes work is crazy, and the only thing I can do is relax. But I do the visualization, like, what if everything fix itself, and I don't have to do anything? I just relax for 5 minutes, think about all the problems that are gone, and then start doing my regular activities, and everything passes. So everything gets fixed. But one thing that always makes me better is if I smile. If you don't see me smiling, that's not Mimi. That's someone else. Smiling makes my life better. So if something happens, good or bad, I try to smile because I smile because it should pass. If something is bad, I smile because I'm making progress, and I smile all the time. So smiling is one thing that makes me present. So I think that's one key for me. So I hope you can take it and smile more often. Okay. So before we go to the meditation, please write down what will be your one small action that you will do on a daily basis from now on in order to improve your present, to be present at the moment as an activation practice. I'm going to stop my video, and I'm going to start with the meditation now. You know me, I don't do music, so bear with me. Okay? Take a comfortable position. Allow your eyes to close. Take a slow, deep breath into your nose. Hold softly and exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. Hold softly and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale, hold softly, and exhale through your mouth. Let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. You are here, not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, here. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the surface supporting you. Feel gravity holding you. Notice the simple miracle of being alive. Your heart beating, your lungs expanding, your body doing thousands of things without your effort. There's nothing to fix right now, nothing to solve. Just this moment. Now, gently bring awareness to something many of us carry. The belief that life will begin later. I'll relax when. I'll enjoy when. I'll be happy when. Notice if your mind finishes that sentence. When I succeed, when I'm healthier, when I'm loved, when I'm secure. See how often the mind moves forward. Just observe it, no judgment. Take a deep breath. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. What if life is something that begins with after arrival? What if it has been happening all along? Imagine your life as a long, beautiful path, not a straight highway, not a racetrack, a path through changing landscapes. Sometimes you see mountains, sometimes you see valleys, sometimes deserts or oceans. See yourself walking in this path and notice you are not at the end, you are in the middle. And that's exactly where life is meant to be lived. The flowers are not only at the destination, they grow along the road. Now imagine that in front of you there has always been a sign. It says, when I get there. And you have been walking toward it to your whole life. Each time you approach it, it moves further ahead. Notice how that feels. The constant chasing, the constant almost. Now, gently imagine removing that sign. It dissolves. There's no finish line in sight. Only landscape, only sky, only the path beneath your feet. Take a slow breath. And now think. Without the finish line, what changes? Can you feel the subtle relief? Now shift your focus. You are not here to arrive. You are here to become. Becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming softer, becoming more you. Becoming does not require perfection. It requires presence. Feel your feet touching the path. Each step is enough. You do not need to run. You do not need to prove. You are allowed to walk. Think of something in your life you are currently building. A relationship, a business, a career, your health, your healing, your identity. Notice if tension appears. Notice if your mind says, not yet. Now imagine building it with a different energy. Not rushing, not self punishing, not postponing joy. Imagine smiling while building. Imagine the pause to breathe. Imagine celebrating small progress. Feel that shift in your body. Ambition with peace. Grow with that inner violence. That is possible. Now, gently bring awareness to this present moment. What is already okay? Not perfect, not ideal, but okay. Maybe the air is comfortable. Maybe your body feels supported. Maybe your breath feels steady. Even in difficult seasons, something is neutral, something is stable. Rest your awareness there. This is how we enjoy the journey. Not by denying difficulty, but by widening awareness beyond it. Now, imagine the younger version of you, the child who tried so hard, the child who wanted to be enough, the child who believed life was something to earn. See them clearly. Kneel beside them. Place a gentle hand on their shoulder and tell them softly, you don't have to wait anymore. You are allowed to enjoy your life. You are allowed to rest while growing. You are enough in motion. Feel the relief. Feel your own. Now, imagine the future version of you. Wise, calm, whole. This version has achieved many things. But look closely. They are not proud because they arrived. They are peaceful because they learned how to walk. They look at you with kindness and they say, slow down, enjoy this part. It goes faster than you think. The journey was always the gift. Bring awareness back to your breath. Each inhale begins. Each exhale completes. No breath rushes to the end or to the next. It simply flows. Life is like this breath. It is not trying to get somewhere. It is unfolding. Inhale. This is life beginning. Exhale. This is life softening. One more time. Inhale. This is a life beginning. Exhale. This is life softening. Notice if there is urgency in your body. a push, a pressure, a tightening. With each exhale, soften it. And remember, you are not behind. You are not late. You are on your path. And your path does not compare itself to anyone else. Release comparison with each breath. Release timeless. Release invisible deadlines. The journey is uniquely yours. Now, ask yourself gently, if I stop postponing my life, what would I allow today? Maybe it could be a slower morning, a deeper conversation, a celebration of a small win, a moment of stillness, a little joy without justification. Let one small action come to mind, just one, and that is enough. Silently repeat, I do not wait to live. I live while I become. I build and I breathe. I grow and I soften. I allow joy in motion. This moment is part of my life, not a rehearsal. Let those words settle. Now, see your life path again. All the ups, all the downs, all the turns. Nothing something profound. Everything shaped you. Nothing was wasted. Even the hard seasons built deep. Place your hand on your heart and feel gratitude. Not just for achievements. Be grateful for the walk, because the walk is everything you have to enjoy. The now. Begin to bring awareness back to your physical surroundings. Feel the surface beneath you. Notice the sounds around you. Take a deep breath, and as you slowly open your eyes, remember, you are not waiting for life to begin. It has been happening with every breath. Today, you have to walk differently, not rushing towards a finish line, but feel present on the road, and that is how you enjoy the journey.